I really think it's just mastering what you have. They're not getting you for the camera, but they're getting you for the creative mind behind it. That's the biggest value, and it's hard to replicate your taste.
Just keep on learning. It's not always about the equipment. You may have the right equipment, but if you're not going to study and learn how to use it to
Mm-mm.
make yourself better, it's gonna be useless, guys. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. I'm IcaKwentuhan and you're watching IcaKwentuhan. We have another guest for today, and the topic is all about the equipment you need as a multimedia arts student. Okay, so just a trivia on who my guest is. He's actually the first person talaga that popped in my head when we talk about equipment, especially for MMA. Kasi we went to the same school, grade school slash high school, and also the same org in CSA, the same college, and the same course. So, multimedia arts kami sa Benilde. So, let's all welcome, guys, DJ Pile!
Hello, hello.
Hey!
Nice to be here. Appreciate the invite. And tama ka actually. Like, I think you're one of the few na super aligned yung origins natin. Even
Yeah.
from the start of work, diba? We kind of had the same jump start then. So it's
Yes.
nice.
Before we dive deep into the topic, can you tell us about yourself and how is it after graduating MMA?
Hi, I'm DJ. Actually started all the way back when I was grade 5 or grade 6. Started with photo, then slowly translated to video. Then I always had the fascination on music. So when I realized all of those, it kind of combined na I'll end up in multimedia. I chose yung multimedia arts under Benilde. From what I know, they're the best at it. And
Yeah.
it's really nice na I chose that school. Also during college, I got to work with Ika then in the same company.
Company.
Later on, I had an internship and then slowly became my full time right now. And basically, I'm doing multimedia motion graphics and video, actually everything multimedia.
So that's a testimony, guys, that MMA,
Mm-mm.
hindi naman siya kalat, pero you're really gonna tackle a lot of
Mm-mm.
things.
And I think the best way to understand it is knowing how the language of multimedia works. At the end of the day, you're probably going to choose your own specific forte or niche. Different clients or different people, they all have different languages, lalo na
Yeah.
in the industry.
So you guys can choose your specialization after going through multimedia arts. But of course, before you get into the specialization part, you have to study all types of art disciplines. You have to learn different types of equipment. Something very general. Can you give us an idea how you choose the right equipment you need? What do you check on or research on?
I personally do a lot of online research. So it really depends then on the medium that you want to start. I always borrowed my parents' camcorder before. Before entering college, I decided to buy my second camera actually. My first priority for both first and second camera was to have video and photo because I wanted flexibility. We grew up with the video DSLRs. Not
Yeah,
all DSLRs had video back then.
true. Yeah.
Like right now it's a norm na, we all have different preferences on brand price, but anything that's at your disposal, I think that's enough to start.
It's really important to have your laptop and camera. So if you're going to add one more, like what would you think are the top three most important gadgets you need?
I do a lot of video, so the first thing I'll probably do is buy a good microphone and simple light. Anything to make yourself different from the others. Anything to make you stand out.
Would you think na it's okay to have a DIY equipment? Kasi you said earlier, something that could make you stand out. But a lot of equipment, medyo mahal din siya. It's
Mm-mm.
pricey. Ikaw ba, personally, did you do like DIY,
A
do it
lot.
yourself equipment?
A lot, yeah.
like what?
A slider, because alam ko a slider is a part of your kit, but it's so expensive.
Mm.
So what I did was I searched yung mga YouTube tutorials like how to make a slider ganun. Tapos I put up together a PVC pipe slider, buying the screw from the depot, making sure that the camera doesn't fall off. It did, lesson learned, but if you still remember yung wishstone before,
Mm-hmm.
I had this microphone before. I did not have like a boom
Boom
pole.
mic.
Yeah, so what I did was I bought what they used to paint walls that are really tall,
Yeah.
but I treated it like a selfie stick, and then I just glued the adapter of this microphone to the end of it.
Nice. I remembered also doing a boom pole. Pero it's a good thing you have your own mic.
Mm-mm.
Because what we did was just really use the earphones, place it
Yeah,
on our phone, and then monopod.
nung high school, di pa uso yung selfie sticks before eh. So you really had to be
Yeah.
creative, di ba? Sari-sariling creativity lang, I guess.
Guys, if you think it's expensive, so there are a lot of DIY things that you can do. Related to that question, since it's all about DIY and making it look good, even though it's like a low budget shoot, people would say, or some professors would say, it's all about your skill, it's all about your knowledge on how you operate things and not really on the type of equipment you have. So what's your idea or what's your concept for that?
Diba YouTube tutorials, they say, it's not about the equipment, but then
Yeah.
what are they using to shoot, diba? They're using $1,000 lights. It's
Oo.
super, at the end of the day, you have your phone. I shot lots of travel videos on a phone, but people didn't really call it out because I just made sure it looked smooth and all. I didn't move the camera, didn't jiggle it too much. I really think it's just mastering what you have, because that's where you become a greater artist. I guess I'd say that I got to invest on some of the items that I wanted before. In any point of your career, you'll always want something more. At the end of the day, you need discipline. What do I have? And what can I use for this medium? Because before I just borrowed cameras, just finding those resources. It doesn't have to be your own equipment. Networking is key for that, then, to surround yourself with people that share the same goal.
I also realized how there's also pacing. So when you start as a student, you can always have your DIY equipment and then transition to better ones, invest on something
Mm-mm.
better. Pero technology will always improve. So the
Mm-mm.
quality will always, it will be better and better. Cameras will have even clearer videos or clearer
Yeah, you'll
photos.
always may inggit ka parate because
Mm-mm.
that's the loop of technology. Eh. Technology kind of caught up with the quality, because before, the quality of your iPhone, nakukuha mo lang yun sa DSLRs eh, and
Yeah.
yung mga professional stuff. But now it's in your pocket. Technology made it so good that it's cheap. Some items are cheap. Those little items can make your output value more valuable or high quality. It's hard to argue right now na the equipment is too expensive because everything's so low priced right now.
A lot in Lazada and Shopee are quality even though they're low priced actually.
Mm-mm. And it's how you edit it din naman eh. Like for example, narinig mo lang may hissing sound yung cheap product, which happens because it's a cheap microphone. You study how you can edit it in Premiere or
Mhm.
whatever software you have. You can make it sound a little more expensive just by knowing what expensive sounds like.
So we've been talking about general stuff about equipment. So let's dive deeper into something more specific. Are you a Mac or Windows user?
I'd say I'm both right now. I started with Windows way back, but then I always wanted Mac because Mac parang yun yung dream ng mga creative. It's nice to have a Mac. When I got it, I told myself it has to be future proof. That was my deal. All the way back 2017 pa yung MacBook ko, but the PC arrived 2019. So the reason why I bought the PC was for power, because I was starting to do 4K, because
Oh.
that's the next step eh. If I were to choose what I'm using majority of the time, it's the PC because it's more powerful right now.
For students, incoming MMA students, they would always ask, what's better, Mac or Windows? What would be your answer? Or is it actually important?
I think whatever's more powerful and that fits your budget, honestly. You really
Mhm.
have to do your
Yeah.
own research because there's no one answer to everything. Like, everyone's coming from a different place. So If it's operating system naman that you're asking, depende din kasi sa lifestyle mo. If you're shooting iPhone all the time, it's so seamless na you just airdrop photos and then edit your videos on the Mac. I mean, you can just do that with Windows manually, but really depends on what type of workforce you need.
So whatever is efficient, it's not
Mm-mm.
really that important kung if it's Mac or Apple or Windows. You also have to
Mm-mm.
look into the specs, guys. Kasi minsan yung ibang MacBook, if you think MacBook is always the key, yung ibang specs nun, hindi talaga siya for video editing. So you
Mm-mm.
have to take into consideration that you're doing heavy duty editing. For cameras naman, similar din yung question ko, if may kailangang brand or is there a right camera?
Just the iPhone or the really nice camera of your phone. If you're choosing between Sony or Canon, I don't recommend Nikon. uh, it's just about choosing what specs you want because everything's so good na talaga eh. They're all 1080p and above na. And honestly, for social media, you can't tell the difference. I film a lot of 4K. It's still overkill. I just want to future-proof my videos, but honestly, when I shoot 4K, people just watch it in 720p because that's what
Yeah.
YouTube gives it back to them. So, and it's super compressed. You don't want to be overly spending on something din naman because many people then in the industry, they just rent their equipment. Truth about some clients, they're picky na it has to be 4K and up, ganyan, ganyan. But you also have to educate them the client sometimes respectfully. You don't want to act like you know better than
Yeah.
them, but you have to show na you're confident in your work. They're not getting you for the camera, they're not getting you for the light or maybe, but they're getting you for the creative mind behind it. That's the biggest value, and it's hard to replicate your taste in the industry. Okay, best example for you, 'di ba? So many people can do the speed Photoshop thing, but you do it differently. People subscribe to your taste, and the viewers of this show, they subscribe to you because they know the creative mind behind it.
That's true. So, guys, in some of your works, you can always put something personal to it to have your own
Mm-mm.
touch.
Super satisfying na nung whatever you're doing. So
Any last words pala for all the people watching and, aspiring designers?
you can get all the equipment in the world but still be the worst creative. It really depends on how you do it and what you learn. It's super important for you to go through the multimedia arts route because other than the subjects and courses, you're exposed to people. People will help you learn. Be kind to everyone because people don't want to work with people with bad attitudes. Then so
Just keep on learning. It's not always about the equipment. You may have the right equipment, but if you're not going to study and learn how to use it to
mm-mm.
make yourself better, it's gonna be useless, guys.
I still do a lot of YouTube right now. I still watch videos about it because I learn even from the competing brands. Anything that quenches my thirst for learning. That's important. I want to commend you on being a creative because one thing that I need to teach myself then is to just keep creating a lot of things. And you're persistent with your upload. Persistence is the key. Wanna congratulate you on that.
Thank you. And also purpose, I'll add to that. So
Mm-mm.
I continue because a lot of students, incoming MMA students, are asking also a lot of things. So I don't know, I just felt like I needed to keep uploading so I could help them out.
Like for me, even if it just adds value to at least one person, I think super satisfying na nung whatever you're doing.
Thank you again for being a guest here.
Thank you.
Because
Appreciate
actually,
it.
few days ago lang, pero you said yes. So thank you so much. Where can people find you? Social media, anything like that you want to share?
You can just search me on Instagram, I guess. DJ Pile. I talk about whatever I'm doing there naman.
Hope you guys had fun and learned a lot, just like I did here in this episode. So again, don't forget to click subscribe if you want to see a lot of content about arts and design.
And like.
Yes, thumbs up, guys. Click thumbs up icon. This has been your IcaKwentuhan Ika.
And IcaKwentuhan DJ. And thanks for having me.
See you guys next time. Bye.